had just graduated from university. Clara Stewart asked me to assume a $500,000 mortgage for her. When I refused, she turned around and bought a villa worth $800,000 for another man. Holding up the property deed, she told me, "Jaden, the truth is, I'm actually rich. I've been pretending to be poor to test you. Unfortunately, you failed. I'm disappointed in you. Let's break up." I simply smiled and walked away without a second thought. The irony? I'm the son of the richest man in the country. I was pretending to be broke too. Fast forward 4 years, we met again at the National Wealth Summit. Clara had just barely made it into the top 50 on the list, clinging to the arm of Henry Brown as they entered. She spotted me in simple clothes with no visible brand, holding a child in one arm and the keys to a Porsche Cayenne in the other. Thinking I was someone's driver, she sneered, "Jaden, you really went all out just to see me again? Let's be real, you're just a driver now, and I'm on the wealth list. We live in completely different worlds. Don't waste your time fantasizing." I did not bother replying. Honestly, I was only there because my billionaire dad insisted. I had finally cleared a day to spend with my son, and now I had to waste it on that. Clara Stewart strutted into the waiting hall, her arm linked with Henry Brown, who was decked out in a sharp suit. As they breezed past the side room, Clara's gaze landed on me, tucked away in the corner. Today was supposed to be my day off, a rare chance to spend time with my son. However, my father, Jim Lawrence, had roped me into attending the Wealth Summit. With my wife out of town, I had no choice but to bring my kid along, planning to duck out after a brief appearance once the meeting kicked off. I was dressed down in comfy clothes, jingling the Cayenne keys to keep my son entertained. To Clara, I must have looked like a hot mess, playing chauffeur and babysitter all at once. She made a beeline for me, her voice dripping with scorn as she said, "Jaden, look at you, running errands for others. You're nothing without me. What a shame that you couldn't pass my test. You could have been the one by my side." She squeezed Henry's hand as she went on. "However, hey, I should thank you. You made it possible for me to find someone who really loves me." Henry flashed her a soft, reassuring smile. Jaden's probably kicking himself now. Poor guy can't spot a good thing when he sees it. He got what he deserved, though. No surprise he's ended up this way. He turned to a staff member walking by. "We've got VIPs here today. How can you let just anyone in? What if there's trouble? Are you ready to handle that? Go on, get this driver out of here." Little did they know my simple outfit was tailor-made by top-notch designers. I had been so swamped taking over my father's company over the last couple of years that I had not been around much. They had not seen me, and based on their shallow take on my looks, they fell for Henry's story hook, line, and sinker. The staff's voice was icy as they said, "Sorry, sir, this area is for authorized personnel only." I stood my ground, my voice steady, saying, "I'm here for the summit too. I have every right to be here." They paused, probably recalling those quiet types who turn out to be somebody important, and decided not to mess with me. Clara, on the other hand, burst into laughter like she had heard the funniest joke ever. "Ha! You, a college kid scraping by on scholarships, is on the wealthy list? That's a good one. And you claim you're here for the summit? Is your name even on the list?" My name was not there, of course. The Lawrence family had put my father's name down. It would not switch to mine until his retirement this year. Clara saw my hesitation and turned to the staff, smirking. "This guy? He could have been my husband if he'd passed my little test back in the day. Poor people will always be just that, obsessed with money, blind to the big picture, letting every golden chance slip through their fingers." I was early. The real VIPs had not arrived yet. The early birds were those hovering around the 100 mark on the wealthy list. A few recognized Clara and joined in her mockery. "He really blew it, didn't he? To lose a catch like Miss Stewart, who's as rich as she is pretty. He must be sick with regret. They dated for 4 years in college and he still couldn't lock down that kind of luck." Tusk. However, something flickered across Clara's face, and her smile faded. Back in college, Clara had chased after me with a passion. We had both hidden the fact that we came from money, and had loved each other like any normal couple for 4 years. I had passed 98 of her challenges, juggling jobs, donating blood, falling out with friends, getting hurt, turning down a surefire shot at grad school. It was not until I realized Clara was only playing poor that everything clicked. Every single challenge I had faced was a trap she had set.